Hi guys, this is a video explaining how do you navigate, Greek Nova for, intraday trading. This is not to do any kind of a flex over, this stock did that, this stock is performing more than expected, etc. This is idea just to tell you how do you figure out such stocks, which the way we did yesterday. So what I will do, I'll quickly bring up the disclaimer because what we are doing right now is just explaining you how do you navigate the site and understand how do you plan your trades intraday. This is nowhere a tipping tool or anything that gives you a calls and call services. This is just to tell you how do you decode the data by understanding the option and Greeks and everything. So I'm not SEBI registered and we don't do any kind of a tipping services. So please be aware. Now, let's begin with quickly seeing what Market Pulse. Basically, Market Pulse screen is kind of a heavy screen because it has a lot of information, so it might take a time to load. So have some patience. And we are trying to see if we can refine this particular screen. We have been doing with a lot of other screens also, which you will see. So this screen basically tells you where we are right now at. It gives you the glimpse of overall supports and as per the call and resistances. Currently, if you see overall, we are getting to see that it's a PE wall sitting at 23,300. But right now we are trading much below 23,300. So what? How do we come to that and understand that market is short or long, etc. We'll see that. First, we'll understand this particular screen, what it does. It gives you a quick glimpse over the indexes. If you come down and see, you will see a stock which has the highest open interest overall in the day, and where there's a highest open interest unwinding, and where there's a narrow CPR, narrowest of them all, which is 0.0005. Which is if you go and see in your TradingView website and you apply any CPR indicator and switch on to the time frame, let's say 5 or 15 minutes, you will see the CPR is absolutely very tight. Hence, this actually gives us a very good move. So this is why we have kept it over there for you to know. Okay. If you come down and you will see that there are two stocks right now, in spite of such market conditions, they are, into day category. One of them is Apollo Hospital. We saw that yesterday, good put lightning right from 8,000. Today also we will see if there's anything happening right now. Currently, no stock or no index is showing any kind of put writing because the way market is. Call writing right now, if you see, are now shifting to 23,150, which is a very near to what we are right now trading at. We are trading at 194 something currently. So currently, what we are seeing, the market is writing all the calls, even which is kind of in the money. So it's a very bearish situation. So we have to be very careful if we have any bullish biasness. We have to see once it is settled because next support majorly is sitting at around 23,000. And on the right side, you will see stocks or index or anything which where there will be large volumes. Currently, it's IT all the way. And we saw that TCS showing you the highest OI as well. So, and it has the highest volume also. So something is not right with the particular stock. And if you see the market breadth, you have a very clear idea as to out of 66 stocks, 41 are in bearish zone, 21 neutral, and 4 bullish. These 4 bullish is what I think we saw. Two of them is right now sitting as Apollo and Maruti, but the number is so less that you understand market is very much in control of bears. In the war zone are the stocks which are kind of fighting in the trend, in the sense both bulls and bears are fighting. So need to see, because early in the morning we saw TCS coming in this, and then post that we saw a good fall it had. So keep an eye on this war zone because it shows you that there's a tough battle between bulls and bears. So either who wins will be able to take a cake off the trade. And then if you come down below, you see a basic info regarding top gainers, top losers, and most active open interest. Okay, this is just a glimpse of if someone want to see in the day. Okay, now what I see during the day are typically two screens. One, I see market pulse around 10 just to understand what is the mixture of the market. Because if you know that, you can then plan your trades. Then I go into CPR. CPR is why, because why I giving weightage to CPR more is because CPR is one such indicator. Over the time I have understood and learned, it gives you a very good intraday trades. If especially if it is in a kind of a compression zone. And if you combine that, right now, what we have done, if you see CPR on any trading view everywhere, it is just an indicator and you have to just judge it basis what the price could do. It could be down or up. What I have tried done over here, CPR scanner under Greek Nova, I have to try to combine with the open interest option activities and everything just for us to know whether what we are thinking. Let's say if we think that stock is below CPR, is it a fake or is it going to continue? How do we know? Is basically open interest data and the option activity. So if you come right now and you will see a lot of this particular filters, what I typically try to see is how many stocks do we have in narrow. You'll see summary of it right now on this particular header also. Out of 66, there are 10 stocks which are having narrow. Now, under this narrow stocks, I have selected this. So there are three extremely narrow, and the rest of them seven are narrow. Now, under particular one stock which we saw in the war zone, which is Tata Power. So if you see Tata Power is showing right now, uh, why it was showing in the war zone, this stock is having extremely narrow. The prices are going down. It is much below the support of 419. Okay, it's 419. It was like we are right now at 407. Despite of that, why it was showing in a war zone and not clear bearish, because there is something happening. So if you see, there's a put writing happening at 410, which is a very near to the price. In fact, it is in the money, like in the money put being written. So now, if by some reason the price claims 410, then you know this particular stock might rebound at least to the lower support, which is 419. This is not going to happen so magically. What we have to do is to understand. So if you are short on this stock, looking at this particular phenomena that you have some put lightning visible, so you might end up seeing this stock, giving you some kind of a bounce. So we'll wait and watch. TCS, on the other hand, you see there's a still support short build up happening at 2140. And the price is right now sitting at 2228, which means there is a lot of scope still left for the stock to go down. Doesn't mean it will necessarily go there, but you have to keep and watch on that. This is a good stock. The moment it broke the BC level, see, understand, in narrow category or even in any extreme narrow category, if you are bearish, your BC, which is a support level, stock should be below that. And then you will be able to see a good move basis the option. Now, if you saw in the early morning that BC level was 2300 and it broke already, then you know where to place your stop. So your stop can be within the range. So if you're trying to short below BC, then your stop has to be TC, which is actually you see a limited risk. The reason why I wanted to push the CPR with the option is the main reason is to have a limited risk in anything that we do. This platform will enable you to take a decision once and then also give you things which will have a lesser risk. Not everything, but at least most of the things. So this is one such thing. Now, if you see Tata Power also, if someone had shorted in the morning and now you're sitting at 407 with the support trying to build at 410, then you want to see whether you want to take a profit or not. Okay. This is how you should read it. Now, if you click on Confluence, which is typically your option activity happening, then you will see again these two stocks, what we saw right now, getting filtered out. So this is how I would use CPR. If I use CPR when it is like 9:30, 9:45, I want to see how and what things are happening. So that is the one time. Because intraday signals, which is later what we see right now, takes some time to build in, and it comes only when there's some percentage of OI volume and the persistence. Till such time that screen gives me any stock, I want to see what CPR is doing, because these are two places where I get something where there's a momentum. For the intraday traders, getting a momentum driven stocks is what the theme should be, nothing else. You can't just randomly pick up any stock and start trading. It has to has something to give you some kind of a move, which will not be necessarily sideways. So if you have any stocks which is coming under, let's say, wide CPR, so you know that stock is not something that you want to really look into this. Okay, so if you click on, let's say, with, and if you go with the normal ones, okay, so these are not the stock that you should actually look into it unless there's option activity, because then you will not get a kind of a one-sided move which you want in any kind of your intraday trading. If it does a zigzag, then you will be taken out and then again you will keep on doing a revenge trading and etc. This screen will automatically refresh in 5 minutes. It is right now refreshing. Every 5 minutes, it will refresh the data and show you what is a new picture right now. So there's no need if you still want, then you can manually click on the refresh. So this is how I use CPR currently, and then I go into intraday log. Intraday log is basically intraday future scanner, which also then mix with the option activity to get some kind of a good combination and confluence. Because I don't just want to have a stock where there's only open interest rising, future open interest rising. There should be some kind of a option activity happening. Let's say someone, if the stock is bullish, so is there a kind of a put writing happening or call writing happening? Do I need to wait, see, or what do I do? So for this, then we plan this particular screen. So if you get to see by any reason confirmed only, that is a good stock to trade intraday. Not every time you will see, because it has very strong and strict filters. So it takes a time for that to happen. The moment you see this stock coming through, you will see a label of high conviction. Okay, so right now there is nothing of a high conviction as of now. What I want to see, although that there's a persistency of, let's say, more than at least more than 90%, because I don't want to just trade into anything 50-60%. Okay, so every stock that is appearing right now is at least having 90 plus conviction. Okay, so how do I read it? Now, if I see Apollo Hospital is showing a long build-up, that we saw it, and it's a good volume also happening, and it is future has a good open interest rising of 4%. This is a good indication for me that this is a good long build-up stock, even in the weak market. But at what price should I look into? Right now, it is sitting at 80 to 90. There's a good support building at 8250, but there's a resistance around 8300. So I have a clarity now. If I am at this moment in time, let's say we are at 1215. If at 1215, if I have to trade the stock, I have a resistance visible at 8300. Unless this is crossing and the put support is shifting, I want to observe it for next 50 rupees. I cannot just do a jump and trade just because it is showing a long build up. Because I don't want then stock to, I trade it this particular current price, it goes to support, breaks it, holds a new support, etc. So rather I wait for, if I'm having a long bias, so I rather wait for the CE support to break. Okay, but this is only support resistance basis intraday. If you want to see overall support, overall resistance in the stock as per the series, so then I have added this particular screen last night, which is OIM map. So if you click on OIM map, you will see a good list of your kind of option change in the way that you want to see. So then you will see I have kept a resistance and support of intraday and maximum OI as per the series. So currently, yesterday stock was below 8,000. We saw a support that was holding and again building around 8,000, which is where we spotted this particular trade. But the max OI, which is right now, is 8,500, which means what? If intraday this resistance is breaking, so we may then try to aim for that maximum OI that we will see as and when we move on. Currently we don't want to judge this particular thing. Okay, so and but you can scroll down and see around ATM you will see a star mark and ATM in name being written, and then you will see what are the put where there's a dominance currently. By the number you will see that 8300 has a call dominance, so you will see C. But we are seeing that there is some writing happening in the put right now, which is 8250. If this PE becomes dominant over here, so you know that this support might hold intraday convincingly. Okay, so this is how you should take it. Currently, because we are in between 8250 and 8300, with 8250 showing as still a dominance of CE, I want to be cautious unless this converts into PE dominance and this becomes 8200. Even if this starts to show as a PE dominance 8300, then I'm very much convinced that we might head to the highest wall, which is around 8500. But that is too early to judge. We'll wait and watch. This is why we have added this OIM map, so that you can at least have a clarity over what range you are playing, because you can't just look into screen and start trading. This cannot be a blind activity. So you rather look into what OI structure is, understand the lower intraday structure with the max highest structure of the month, Try to see if you still have a window to trade. Then you decide what to do. Okay. Similarly, you see other stocks also. Nifty surprisingly has been in the short currently. So if you see currently, it is price is sitting at 23,186, which is below 23,200. It's a good open interest building up and the volume. Okay, which means it is not just a temporary profit booking. It is kind of a short build up. And then we see OI, which is right now sitting at 23,150. Okay, which is nearly to, and there's a call resisting at 23,200. Okay, similarly, what we will see, what is the OI map for this? So if you see overall, the intraday, as we saw, 23,200 call being the resistance, which we are below right now. And there's a support, which is currently sitting at 23,150. If this goes currently, then you might see a further fall. Overall, as per this series, the highest resistance is sitting at right now at 23,300. Support is still sitting at 23,300. So if Nifty tries to claim 23,200 currently, then you might see a spike till 23,300. That is how I want to read it. Just to see overall picture currently, uh, as we saw, there's a highest call around 23,300. Okay. Although put has open interest higher, but if you see down, all the levels have a lower this thing. Even this had support intraday, second highest being 56 lakhs, but it did not hold. So if this goes, and this is already gone, if this sustains for at least 1 hour, then the next highest support is sitting somewhere at 23,000, and then there is no much of a resistance below 23,200, which means this might hold. Okay, so this is how you should read a OI map overall. So currently, this video I have made it just to tell you two screens that I use typically. I'll start making these videos every day intraday and with other screens also. Then you can have a fair idea on how do you start using this religiously.